Both growing up and growing old highly depend and heavily rely particularly upon the mindset, perception, character, attitude of both the individual man and the woman, because our mind is partially everything. It dictates our partial reality, and our actions, behaviors, successes, failures all comes from the mind and not necessarily from the actions, talents, because the mind is superior to both action, talent, desire, execution, etc. Because the mind is fundamentally responsible in the creation and development of the ideas of growing up and growing old, and also with not being able to act or live with power, strength, character, and basically vividity, vigor, and basically splendor. It all depends upon the mindset and not even upon our bodies, because body is secondary, but the mindset, its powers, faculties are everything, because those parts are responsible either in the determination and achievement of our success, desire, ambition, character, purpose, intention, aim, and many other goals and conditions in our lives, or in the basically guaranteeing of our failure, downfall, weakness, shortcoming. All comes from the mind, all gets relieved, reformed inside of the mind, all or perpetuates and drags on to forever into the future because of the mind, because of its stagnation and deterioration, because of unwillingness to change, reform, and recognize as well. So it's all about mindset, because mindset and mind are partial actors in everything, in our actions, behaviors, because action and all other acts in the world does not and cannot and will not happen without the existence of the mind in the human being. And because the mind is present for all of us inside of ourselves in one way or another, all of our actions and behaviors, interactions, and attitudes also becomes possible in one way or another. And that means the mind almost is everything, but still, if not everything, because there is also talent, action, skill, knowledge, intelligence, wisdom. All those things are also closely and intricately and inseparably associated with and connected to the mind in one way or another. So it's mind which gives birth and causes actions, behaviors. The action does not happen without the mind, without the affirmation or denial from the mind. So it's all about growing up and growing old, which takes place in the mind and not necessarily in the body. Now the body fades with time, it grows old. But if we are mentally young, if we have spiritual, psychological, emotional, and mental dominance, control, power, authenticity in our lives, and also superiority, if we're emotionally, mentally young and vivid and influential all the time, then we will be able to continue with our health as well as our habits, powers, faculties into the future, and also learn from everything that comes across our way that we ever encounter and face off against in our lives, because it's mindset that dictates partially the reality, if not everything. So mindset is paramount